A while back, I was speaking with a procurement director, giving her my sales pitch on how I could help her team with a few critical technology negotiations that were coming up. I'd actually been referred to her by another client who used to be an IT executive at that company. He knew the challenges she faced, and given what I'd recently delivered for him, he thought she and her team could really benefit from my expertise. So he made the introductions and she agreed to take a call with me, which in my mind said that this person genuinely needed the kind of help that I could provide. But then, halfway through the conversation, something funny happened. And not funny haha, but more funny looking. I was describing to her how I would work with her team to enable them to more effectively negotiate with some of the larger technology suppliers when she stopped me mid-sentence and said, "Mohammed, it sounds like you're trying to take my job." And at first, I thought it was funny haha, like, "Hey you, are you trying to take my job? I got your nose." So I laughed at her comment, but she didn't laugh. In fact, she ended the meeting a few minutes later and I never heard from her again. Folks, I know that with everything going on in the economy, the pressure's on this year for procurement teams to really hit a few deals out of the park. Renewals are going to be tough to negotiate. Deep discounts are going to be hard to come by. And procurement leaders are going to be under the gun to meet some fairly aggressive cost savings and cost avoidance targets. But if a procurement leader thinks they might be looked down on, if they bring in outside help to achieve their goals and upskill their team, well, then they're not very good procurement leaders. In fact, they probably shouldn't be in procurement at all. Our jobs as procurement professionals is to reduce cost and mitigate risk while helping the rest of the organization solve business problems. That's it. How we do that and who we get help from is secondary. Here's an interesting statistic. In all of the many years I've been consulting, not once has a client paid more for my services than what they got back in return. Not once. So why all the fear? It's like when folks in my training workshops tell me that they hate it when suppliers try to impose deadlines to get a deal done. Why? What's there to dread? For me, supplier deadlines are a golden opportunity to get an even better deal than what I was anticipating. So the point of all this? If you need help with your deals, if you need to sharpen your negotiating skills, bring someone in to assist. There are some really good procurement consultants and trainers out there. I'm one of the better ones, shameless plug, but there's lots of help if you need it. You just need to ask. You can find out more about my services at oneviewnow.com/consulting or message me directly on LinkedIn and we'll find a time to chat.